Hey everybody, Erman Brady here with GIMx. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is Tuesday, May 18th. As you know, we do script breakdowns with our members, and this month we have Terri Emerson's script, Hunting Brielle, broken down by Olivia Cohen of Aspire Talent Management. Hunting Brielle centers on a teen socialite who witnesses a Russian mafia hitman murder an FBI agent and is forced to go into the witness protection program. However, after the hitman discovers her, she has to live a life hunted and on the run until she decides to turn the tables and become the huntress. Thank you so much for that. Welcome, Terri and Olivia. How are y'all doing today?
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna have Olivia take it away.
Okay, so as I said earlier, I think you're starting off in a really great place. It's a really fun, interesting story. So I'll start with what I thought worked really well, and then I'll go into things that maybe require a little bit more finessing. So the first thing that I thought worked really well was the kind of like the complexity you brought to the character of Brielle, because she's a socialite. She cares about superficial things like looking nice and her dresses and things like that. And instead of just having her be dumb and incapable, like a lot of other people write socialite influencer characters, you have her essentially fighting off a Russian mafia leader that the FBI even has trouble fighting off. So you show her to be very capable and very independent and capable of like protecting herself and not just being dumb and kind of ignorant to her surroundings. She's actually quite intuitive and she's intelligent. So I really liked that element that you brought to it. I thought that was really cool and a nice change to see with characters like that. Another thing I loved was the tension of knowing that Brielle's car was going to somehow intersect with this alleyway. You never said it. I mean, there were little hints towards it, but we just knew that that intersection between the mafia and the FBI and Brielle was coming head to head. So it creates good tension of when is she going to cross paths with them. So that was really great. So going into things that could require a little bit more finessing. So in terms of socialite, I actually didn't know she was a socialite until I read the log line. To me, it felt like she was more just like a popular high schooler trying to buy her homecoming dress. So I think if you're going to make her a socialite, I don't know if like a homecoming dress or remind me of the scenario again. Was it homecoming?
Yeah, homecoming.
Yeah, homecoming dress. Yeah, she just seems like a vapid high schooler, not so much a socialite. So I think maybe something else in that place, like maybe like an exclusive VIP club for the Hollywood elite is opening. There's only a few tickets and she needs to get there because she needs that photo on her Instagram, or something that screams more socialite to me. So if you want to set her up to be a socialite, I think, yeah. And something that is a little different than just like a normal, regular, popular teenager. And then I thought that, so before I knew she was a socialite, I wasn't sure if it was written satirically or not, if it was supposed to be a girl that cares about dumb stuff and then gets into the situation and it kind of sobers her up to the reality of the world. Mm-hmm. But before I knew she was a socialite, I was thinking maybe give her something a little more concrete to be rushing to, so that when she's basically told by the end she has to enter the witness protection program, she will never get to do that thing, you know? And like dress homecoming, like that would probably be the least of her worries if she had to enter the witness protection program. So this is, again, before I realized she was a socialite. I was thinking maybe like her nephew was being born, or her sibling was being born, or someone, she had to go to the hospital to see someone, just something that when she's told like your life changes from here on out and you won't be able to go and see that family member, you won't be able to go and do that thing you really want to do, it really hits her like a bag of bricks, you know? So something a little more meaningful, even if it is vapid and socialite, just something that, you know, she really, really wants. It's the one thing she wants in life, and now she can't get it, if that makes sense.
Or I could change the logline to say like a popular teen.
Yeah, if that's what you're going for, but I still think there needs to be something a little more
Okay.
compelling that she's rushing towards for her to even drive over the cones and drive into this alleyway. Like, it needs to be something that if she doesn't have this, she will die. And like, as much as it does speak to her being vapid, of it being a dress, I don't know how realistic that is. Like, of a popular girl, putting herself in this much danger to get a dress, because with online ordering, she could have pre-ordered it, etc. So I think it needs to be something a little more like her entire reputation is built on this one event. So when she gets told she's going to be in the witness protection program, her literal life is over. Like, she was just about to get the thing she wanted most, and now she can't get it ever. So I think it needs to be one of those situations, and I think that'll really raise the stakes. Because, why does she become a huntress in the end? Because she wants to go back to her life. She doesn't want to have to be on the run from this guy forever. And the driving motive for her to want to go back to her life has to be that thing that she was suddenly denied after wanting it so badly. So
Okay.
I think to fix that, like, I think it'll be a lot more compelling. And then, and even it could even be like the guy she's always liked is waiting to do a promposal to her, and her friends told her, like, look, this guy's going to do a promposal, like, your biggest crush ever. And she's like, my dreams are coming true. And then this happens, and the guy thinks, she's like, oh no, the guy's going to think I blew him off or something. Whatever, you get the point. I don't want to. And then the other thing was the FBI characters felt like a little random. Like, I wasn't sure, are they going to be main characters throughout the series, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would work on establishing them a little bit more, so we get a sense of their characters, because right now they're kind of like FBI character stick figures. Like, we don't really, so like I would work on like develop, even though they only have a few lines, like, I know it's tough, but like playing with the language a little bit, playing with their interactions a little bit, even if like they think, so the two guys in the van think the fake, the guy undercover outside is doing a terrible job, they could be like, what an idiot, what is he doing? Just adding a little more like flavor to their dialogue, so we get a sense of their characters going into the rest of the pilot, so we know how they're going to react to now being stuck with this vapid teenage girl who doesn't want to go into witness protection program, and now they're, like, of all people, are going to have to handle her. So yeah, if we like get to know them a little better, then we'll kind of be able to sort of assume how these group of FBI men are going to have to interact with this very clueless young girl. And then, yeah, I feel like those are my main notes. Do you have any questions or anything you want to like bounce off?
So she shouldn't, it should be something more compelling, like the promposal. I like that. I think, yeah, that she's a little lost or something, because she's on.
Yeah, and she's like, maybe she's so nervous because this is the guy she's had a crush on since second grade, and she had no idea he even liked her, and he's gonna propose, and she's freaking out, and her phone falls, and she can't find the GPS, so she's going by memory and ends up in this alleyway.
Yeah.
And she's like, I just want to get proposed. Like, I need to like see this guy. Like, my dreams are gonna come true. And they're like, no, honey, your life is over, type of thing.
Yeah. I've been writing the pilot, and that's what I have is, she's gonna, but I still have to go get my dress,
Right.
She feel like that,
Right.
And so she has a rude awakening.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
In this series, she goes from like Elle Woods, Legally Blonde, to Arya Stark.
Oh, nice. I love that.
Yeah, it's her arc. So,
and I love that both of those women are intelligent. They just value different things,
Yes. Yeah. And so that's kind of what I have over, the series.
I love that.
Yeah. And I have her going and saving other girls and women, where it becomes much bigger,
Right.
Just she has to hunt this guy, so.
Right. Yeah. And even if there's like an element of her feeling like she needs this guy, this prom guy, to like her, for her to have value, and then through her journey she realizes she has value all by herself. She doesn't need a Prince and Charming to rescue her. She can rescue herself, like that type of thing.
Yeah.
You can really play around with that.
Yeah, I think so. I think that'd be cool. One thing, question I did have is in the beginning of the series. I have him first, the murderer.
Right.
First, I have like a page of him, and then it goes to her.
Right.
And I was like,
Yeah, I think you should start with her because she's going to be our protagonist. I think with most shows, like I don't know if you've seen the show Lost, but it starts with like Jack's eye opening. It's like shows tend to start with their protagonist because that's who the first person you see on screen, unless it's like a Law and Order episode and they show like the victims and then they go to the detectives, is like usually going to be the protagonist, especially in the pilot. So
okay. Yeah. Great.
I think how you have it now, right? That she's first, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's perfect. And even the song that she's singing, like that could even reflect the journey she's about to go on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Maybe she's. I mean, I know like getting the rights to certain songs is a whole pain in the neck, but like even if it's like a Taylor Swift song about being rescued or something. And then we see that hint of her fight back. So we're thinking, oh, maybe she might not need to be rescued. You know, maybe there's something in there.
Yeah.
Which I already kind of got the sense of from the first 6 pages.
I have that she's a ballerina.
Okay.
And ballerinas are very strong.
Oh, the strongest, yeah.
Yeah. My daughter is a ballerina. And she's very strong. And so, you know,
that's the thing about ballerinas is they look so graceful and simple on the outside, but there's so much going on inside, like strength-wise. But the goal is to make it look easy. So, like, I'm sure there's a lot of parallels there for this character. Is like being the popular cool girl is supposed to look easy and graceful and effortless, but you know, a lot goes into that.
Yeah. So I had her do that so that she has the strength to take it on.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I love again how it's ballet and people don't associate ballet with strength, but like you're doing that, which is awesome. I used to do ballet, so I get it.
You get it. Yes.
Yeah. It's very hard.
Yes, it is. Very, very hard.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would be, but it is.
Yes, and they work out for hours and
it's a lot. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I love that.
I don't think I have any more questions.
Okay, awesome. But I think it's like off to a really good start. Like I already love Brielle. I already love who she is on the inside, maybe not so much on the outside, but who she's going to grow into being based on that little spark we already see when she fights back. Like I think it's such a simple scene, but it says so much about her character. And I love that. I think it's awesome.
Oh, great. I have that she has a tattoo, butterfly tattoo on her back.
Okay.
And that's that plays out at the end.
At the end of the pilot or the end of the season pilot? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great. Again, a ballerina with a tattoo, you don't see that every day. So it's definitely interesting, you know? Like I love how you're planting these little things that are going to pay off in a really exciting way later, which is awesome.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Of course. I hope that was helpful.
Oh, very helpful. Thank you very much. Yeah.
And I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it seems so exciting.
Yeah, I've been working on it a long time, and I'm rewriting the pilot.
Oh, awesome. Sometimes it takes a few goes, and then you finally nail it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a game of patience for sure.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time.
Yeah, if you have no more questions, it was really lovely meeting you. I loved reading your script, and I think it's going to be great.
Oh, thank you so much, Olivia.
Of course.
Nice to meet you too.
You too. Have a good one.